There are 10 levels of net worth. Most people die on level 2. Tonight, you're going to live all 10. From the mattress on the floor to the garage you need a golf cart to cross. This is your life at every net worth level. Level 1. $0, your net worth isn't low. It doesn't exist. Your alarm clock is your roommate slamming the door for a job you don't have. Breakfast is whatever survived the week. You know the exact price of everything in the gas station because every purchase is a hostage negotiation with yourself. Your bank app is a horror movie you check with one eye closed. $17 until Friday. When your friends invite you out, you invent a stomach ache because the truth is more embarrassing. Here's what nobody tells you about zero: it's loud. Money problems scream at you all day, the overdue notice. The check engine light you're pretending is decorative. The tooth you're hoping fixes itself. At this level, you don't have financial goals. You have financial emergencies with gaps between them. But here's the thing about level 1. It's the only level where a single $100 bill can change your entire week. Every dollar you touch here has superpowers. And the day you finally hold $100 that nothing is allowed to touch, something in your brain rewires. That's when level 2 begins. Level 2, $1,000. Congratulations, you are now richer than a shocking percentage of the country. Not because $1,000 is a lot, because most people never get a single dollar between themselves and disaster, and you can feel the difference immediately. The car makes a weird noise, and for the first time in your life, it's an inconvenience instead of a catastrophe. You sleep differently. Nobody talks about that. $1,000 buys you about 2 weeks of not panicking, and 2 weeks of clear thinking is worth more than the money itself. But level 2 has a trap, and almost everyone falls in. The money burns. It sits in your account whispering ideas at you. New phone, weekend trip, you deserve it. And you do deserve it. That's what makes the trap work. Most people bounce between level 1 and level 2 for their entire lives, hitting 1,000, spending it, hitting it again. The ones who escape do one boring thing. They make the money hard to reach. Different account, different bank, no card attached. Out of sight isn't out of mind. It's out of danger. Do that, and level 3 stops being luck. Level 3, $10,000. This is the first level that changes how other people treat you. Not because they know your balance, because you act differently and people can smell it. You negotiate now. You ask for the discount, the raise, the better apartment, because no doesn't scare you anymore. Walking away is affordable. $10,000 is also the first time money becomes boring, and boring is the goal. Your emergency fund is real. A job loss is a bad month, not a lost year. And something strange happens at this level. You start seeing the prices of things in hours of your life instead of dollars. That jacket isn't $90. It's a full day of work. Most things stop being worth a day of your life. But level 3 comes with a new enemy: comfort. 10 grand feels like arrival, and arrival is where ambition goes to sleep. The people who stall here start protecting the pile instead of growing it. The ones who keep climbing realize something important. At this level, saving got you here, but saving alone will not get you out. Your money has to start working shifts. That realization is the door to level 4. Level 4, $50,000. Welcome to the invisible level. From the outside, your life looks exactly the same as it did at 10 grand. Same car, same apartment, same grocery store. And that's precisely why you're here. Everyone who upgraded their life at level 3 is still at level 3. At 50,000, you experience compound interest as a feeling for the first time. You check your investment account, and it made money while you were asleep. Not much. Maybe enough for a pizza, but that pizza was free, and your brain never forgets its first free pizza. This is also the level of the first real decision: house down payment. Index funds, that business idea that won't leave you alone. 50 grand is the first pile big enough to become something else. It's also big enough to lose, which is why level 4 is where you meet fear with a calculator. And one more thing changes here. You stop telling people your numbers, not out of shame, out of strategy. You've noticed that money talk changes friendships, and 50,000 is enough to change them in the wrong direction. Quiet money grows faster. Remember that, because at level 5, silence becomes a superpower. Level 5, $100,000. The most famous milestone in personal finance and the most misunderstood. Everyone celebrates crossing it. Nobody warns you how it feels. Anticlimactic. There's no parade. Your coffee costs the same. You expected to feel rich, and instead you feel exposed because now you have something to lose. But under the surface, the math has quietly flipped. The first 100 grand is brutal because it's almost all savings. Your sweat, one deposit at a time. The second 100 grand, the market does nearly half the lifting. A famous investor once said the first 100,000 is the hardest, and he was right. It's the level where momentum switches sides and starts pushing you instead of fighting you. Your money now makes more per year than a part-time job. Think about that. You have an invisible employee, working nights and weekends, no complaints, no lunch breaks. At this level, boring choices become weapons. Automatic investing, ignoring the market news. Doing nothing during a crash. The skill of level 5 isn't picking winners. It's refusing to interrupt the machine, because the machine is about to get loud. Level 6 is where strangers start noticing. Level 6, $250,000. This is the level where your options multiply faster than your money. A job you hate becomes optional in a way it never was before, because you could survive 2 full years without a paycheck. That knowledge changes how you sit in meetings. Your boss can sense it. There's a name for it: walk-away power. People negotiate differently when they don't need the deal, and for the first time, you don't need the deal. At $250,000, your yearly investment returns can exceed your yearly savings. Read that again. The machine now outturns the man. Your contribution is officially the sidekick. This is also where lifestyle inflation makes its most dangerous offer, because now you can technically afford the nice car. The payment fits. The math works. And that's exactly how 6-figure piles quietly die, financed $1,200 a month at a time. The people who pass level 6 treat the pile like it belongs to someone else. Future you, and future you is a demanding boss, but the discipline pays for something specific. Because at level 7, you stop climbing toward a number and start climbing toward a date. Level 7, $500,000. This level has a secret name in the personal finance world: Coast. Because if you're anywhere near young, you could stop investing today, add nothing ever again, and compound growth alone would carry you to a comfortable retirement. Let that settle. The finish line is no longer a question of if, only when. And that knowledge does something strange to people. Some finally relax. They downshift to easier jobs, take the summer off, coach the little league team. Others speed up, because for the first time the top of the mountain is actually visible. $500,000 also changes your relationship with disasters. A job loss, a market crash, a busted roof. These used to be monsters. Now they're weather. Annoying, temporary, survivable. You've also become the quiet financial anchor of your family, whether they know it or not. If everything went wrong for the people you love, you're the phone call. That's a weight and an honor, and nobody warns you about it. The $500,000 level is peaceful, almost suspiciously peaceful. Enjoy it. Because level 8, the one everyone dreams about, is famous for feeling like absolutely nothing. Level 8, $1 million. You're a millionaire. And here is the truth every millionaire knows and no one believes. The day it happens, nothing happens. No confetti. No phone call. You probably found out on a Tuesday, refreshing an app in line for coffee, and then you just ordered the coffee. The $1 million level is quiet because most millionaires are camouflaged. The data has shown this for decades. The typical millionaire drives a used sedan, lives in a normal neighborhood, and has worn the same watch for 15 years. The flashy guy in the sports car is statistically more likely to be broke. At $1 million, your money generates roughly a middle-class salary all by itself. You've essentially cloned your own income. There are two of you now, and one of you never sleeps. What actually changes is subtler. Time starts beating money in every trade. You pay for the direct flight. You hire out the things you hate. You say no constantly to opportunities, to obligations, to people, because your calendar finally outranks your wallet. The millionaire level isn't about what you can buy. It's the first level where you begin buying back the only thing that was never for sale: your hours. Level 9, $10 million. This is the level where money stops being a number and becomes a staff. You have a person for your taxes, a person for your investments, a person who answers when the first two people disagree. You don't manage money anymore. You manage the people who manage the money. 10 million is where the toys finally show up because they can. The second home, the boat you'll use 6 times a year. Business class as a default setting, not a splurge. And here's what surprises people. None of it feels reckless because the machine replaces everything faster than you can spend it. Your returns in a good year exceed what most surgeons earn. But level 9 has a shadow. You start wondering about everyone. New friends, old friends, that cousin who suddenly texts more. The question sits behind every interaction. Would they be here without the money? For some people, that question gets loud enough to change their personality. The other shift is stranger. Problems that money can solve stop registering as problems. A broken furnace, a car accident, a canceled flight. Annoyances handled by a phone call, which leaves only the problems money can't touch: health, time, meaning. And level 10 is where those become the only problems left. Level 10. $100 million and beyond, you are no longer rich. You are an institution. Your money doesn't sit in a bank. It has an office. A family office with employees whose entire careers are managing your existence. At this level, prices stop existing. You don't ask what the jet costs. Someone on your staff knows, and their job is to make sure you never have to. The garage needs a golf cart. The house has a name, but here's the strangest part of level 10. The game inverts. Every level until now, you were trying to get money. Now the entire project is figuring out what the money is for. Some build companies. Some try to fix diseases or oceans or cities. Some just optimize a life of total frictionlessness and quietly discover that a life without friction is a life without texture. The billionaires who seem happiest all share one trait. They found a problem bigger than themselves and threw the pile at it. Because at level 10, you finally learn what every level was secretly teaching. Money was never the destination. It was the tool, and a tool in a drawer is just clutter. From the mattress on the floor to the garage with a name, the question was never how much. It was always, what for? So, which level are you on right now? Drop it in the comments. No judgment. Everyone in this comment section started at level 1. And if you want to see your life at every credit score, that video is on your screen right now.